Hello guys, welcome to the channel. It seems that we're ready to start, and in this whole live stream we're going to check into how the month of September is going to affect all of us, star sign by a star sign. And I'm almost, how can I say, compelled to make one just a general read for the months at the start, just to see, you know, what is going to be the general foundation of the month of September. And from there we're going to move to the every star sign going forward, from Aries to Pisces. So that will be a good time to tell you guys how the live stream is going to take place and what you can expect moving forward with the live stream itself. And so I'm going to perform these 12 readings for each star sign, but at every 4 star signs, meaning at Cancer, at Scorpio, and of course at the end at a Pisces. I'm going to announce breaks, and at those breaks you do get to ask a question should you want a free reading. That will happen here on the live stream publicly. And I'm going to pick a question from the pile of questions, if there is more than just say one question there, or if there is any questions whatsoever, and I'm going to perform a professional reading on that question, meaning that it's going to be a full spread of a reading instead of just only one card. Of course, you guys who are supporting the channel, me, through a super chat, you're going to get your readings at the end of the live stream, regardless if I'm going to pick you at the free readings or not. And if you are interested into having your own personal reading with me, you can go to my website, which link you're going to find into the description down below. And there at the very front page, guys, you're going to see a full list of my services as well, their pricing. So you get to choose based of course on your budget and as well your needs, which kind of service is going to suit you best. And lastly, before jumping straight away to the readings here, if you do enjoy the content here on the channel, make sure you do give a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because that's not just only going to allow you not to miss any of our weekly uploads and our live streams, but also is going to help the channel tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. And the weekly readings are now up, so if you want to get yourself prepared for the next week, make sure you do stop by and check on your sun, moon, and also rising sign in terms of the next week readings. They are already on the channel. So with that being said, hello Jackie, we are gonna get to Libra soon enough. So with that being said, let's just jump and see generally how month of September is going to be. And the first card for it, and that is very promising start here, guys. That will be the 6 of Wands. The second one, that will be the Wheel of Fortune, followed by the third one here, which stands as the 5 of Pentacles, and the fourth card of the month of September, just generalized reading here, that will be the 5 of Cups. And very quickly, I'm going to skim through it, so I don't want to bore you here. It is that the month of September is simply going to be a month of results and rewards as well. Peak of experiences are going to be all around the clock throughout the month of September. And the good thing is that these are not just any random circumstances, these are not just any, so to speak, a gift from the universe, but these milestones, and it is exactly how I can classify them, a milestones, they are to be such as we deserve, meaning that we have toiled so we can get there, or in other words said, we can expect to get compensation, reward, and as well recognition for our previous toils. So it will be a great month of progress and month of, how can I say, Alright, so a month of a result. Additionally to that, this month of September, we get a chance to reevaluate our lifestyle, to reevaluate as well what in generally things mean for us, and therefore change certain, I don't know, approach, if you will, change certain behavior, or change a certain situations in fact which are causing predicaments and which are causing kind of like setbacks that which are putting us into the second gear, so to speak. And lastly, before we go to the general readings for the month here, it's the month of September is going to cause well, the result of the whole month here is going to be a month where there will be no setback or a disappointment, so to speak, which is going to be a severe enough to make us quit what we are doing. So overall, month of September looks a really, really good month. So with that being said, moving to the star signs, and the very first one that we are going to stop by, that is going to be Aries. And just allow me to shuffle the cards, and we're going to jump right into it. Hello, Jennifer. Yeah, quite well today, actually. It was a long one, but it was a good day. How were your day? Right, so Aries, the first card we do have for you guys, that will be the Four of Swords, followed by the Strength card. Then the third card for you, Aries, that is going to be the Empress. And the fourth card for you guys, that will be the Four of Wands. So Aries, right off the bat here, by the looks of these cards, is going to be a really good month for you. Well, the first thing we can see, it is that there will be no struggle whatsoever. Having the Strength here onto the second position, which is followed by the Empress, once again to show you the cards, which is followed by the Empress. It kind of speaks that you will be able to do all of the right moves out there, and also you will have a luxury to slow the pace, so to speak, and allow yourself to have time to think about very carefully what kind of an option available you are going to take for the situations that are going to arise in front of you. The best thing about the month for you, Aries, it is that you will have all of the necessary information about work, about options available, about how you stand in generally, also all of the professional necessity, so to speak. You need a counselor is going to be around the corner. You need advisor is going to be around the corner. You need information is going to be around the corner. And that, guys, is going to allow you to be very, very comfortable to the month of September, not just only career wise, but also relationship wise. But you also have to be quite mindful, because you are about to reap the fruits of your labor, may that fruits be bitter or be sweet, because at the end of the day, for what it seems, at least from these cards, results you're going to reap are going to be completely reciprocal to your actions. But alas, by the end of September, you, Aries, will be able to finalize very, very important cycles of development. So should your development, for example, aims a promotion, very likely that is to take place. Should your development aims a reconciliation, very likely that this is what is going to take place. Should your development aims to get into a relationship, very likely that is going to take place. And the months of October, it will be a month where you jump into the next level. But when October comes about, this is when we are going to talk about this. Now, the only problem with Aries that we can see here with these cards, guys, it is aggression. And at some points, what I mean under a problem, it is not that you are going to be hyper aggressive or anything like that, but there will be some discrepancies of the right portion of aggression at the right situations. What I mean is that in some situations where you have to be aggressive, you may be indifferent, and in some situations where you have to be indifferent, you are to be a bit more aggressive than usual. So a little bit more anger management in both of the in both ways is going to help you tremendously throughout the month of September. All right, so moving next, we do have Taurus. Hello, Danny. Yeah, the month overall, it looks that is going to be a really, really great month. So I also am looking forward to it, and I'm quite frankly looking forward for the Scorpio reading as well, because you all guys probably know I am also a Scorpio. So Taurus here, the first card, that is going to be the Devil. Followed by the second one, which is going to be the Five of Wands. Moving to the third card for Taurus, that will be the Eight of Cups. And the last card for Taurus here of the reading, that will be the Three of Pentacles. So we do have these four cards for you guys. And Taurus's month, in generally this month of September for Taurus itself is going to be quite... I don't know the English word, so probably you're gonna help me with it. How do you call to the situation where you are capable to accomplish everything you have planned for, and even not just only planned for, but you wanted to accomplish? So such kind of a month it is that you are to have. Now the problem though here, Taurus, hello Elizabeth, welcome to the live stream. So the problem with Taurus here is this Five of Wands here into the second position, and that card poses that throughout the month itself there are going to be unpredictable events that are coming left, right and center, and just Taurus needs to be more adaptable and more agile so it can fit very well with these unpredicted events that are going to come just around the corner. Now they are not going to be necessarily a bad circumstances or a bad events, it's just they are going to be unexpected ones, and thus even though a good surprise being placed into the wrong moment or at the right or at the wrong time at the wrong place, it kind of like causes more of a trifle than anything else. So that is something you should prepare yourself for. But other than that, Taurus, it looks like that into the month of September, you do guys get to force your own circumstances, okay? So whatever you want, I would say that way, whatever you want is going to go, or whatever you want goes forward. And you get to straight away satiate your hungers. So should you be hungry for money, that is something you can satiate into the month of September. Should you be hungry for love, that is something you can also satiate into the month of September as well. If you are hungry for attention, that as well can be accomplished. So whatever you are hungry for, and for that reason, guys, as you do enter into the month of September right now, make sure you are true to yourself. Where does your hungers lie? Right? So you can position yourself correctly in regards to them. The good thing about the month of September for you, it is that it's very similar to Aries, but not quite. So goes like that. That no matter how imperfect situation can be, you are always going to make it better. Okay, so I don't know how to say it. If say a proposal is imperfect for you, you will always gonna be able to make that proposal better. If I don't know, a holiday is not perfect for you, you will be able to make that holiday better. So it's kind of like a upgrade or an improvement that you will be able to bestow upon your family, upon your career, you know, upon your relationship if you do have such, or upon your love life in general. I mean, your love life may not be ideal right now, but you are going to make it better throughout the month of September, to a point where at the end of the month you are finishing, Taurus, in a position where there are going to be a lot of support there, a support that will help you with your development. You are likely to find yourself into quite of a cooperations with colleagues, social circles. Cooperation could be considered as well cooperation in a relationship where you both are just undertaking the relationship and you are moving forward with it. And also is going to be a moment of a very, very fruitful discussions, which will allow you to simply improve and simply get better. Those discussions as well are going to open for you an ocean of opportunities. So again, the only disadvantages here that we can see for you, Taurus, into the month of September are these surprising events, which doesn't necessarily have to be bad surprises, but they are going to be unexpected, unexpected circumstances, which are going to cause more of a trifle than anything else. So moving next, we do have Gemini. All right, so Gemini, the first one for you guys, that is going to be the 9 of Cups, followed by the second one here, which stands as the 3 of Wands. Moving next, that will be the 5 of Cups. And the last card for you, Gemini, that will be the Knight of Pentacles. So these 4 cards for you. Month of September. It may... month of September at first glance for you may look underwhelming, but that is just only at the first glance. And it may look underwhelming because of these 2 cards. Let me show you here. These 2, as they fall into the second and the third position of the spread. And what they really divulge about for you for the month of September, it is that things are going to go exactly as you are expecting them to go. And I don't know how to say it. Hello, Robin. No worries. You're always welcome around. You guys are always welcome around, no matter how late you are. So things are going to go exactly as expected, but it is just, there is a better way that things can go. And that is something you're going to realize at this month. Okay, there was something better you could have done, or you could have said, or in generally you could have planned. But also going forward, the way things are developing, it is not the end of the world. And in fact, things are going to work out even in regards to how the patterns are developing here. That being said, while the month may look very underwhelming at the start, as you do go forward and you are going forward through the month, things are going to become more and more happier, more and more fulfilling, more and more, I don't know how to say it, exhilarating, to a point where you're going to start experiencing sensual joy, fullness of life, ecstasy, exhilaration as well. And what you're going to understand here, Gemini, it is that you are happy, okay? You are going to end up happy at some point throughout the month. In fact, so happy that how can I say, no situation that it is imperfect will be able to sway you off the path. In fact, you will know that you have made the right choices and the right actions, maybe not in the right way, or into the most efficient way, but you have made the right choices and the right actions. And at the end of the month, Gemini, you are going to find yourself knowing exactly what you want in terms of love, in terms of career as well, and also knowing how to get it. So at the end of the month, you can expect to have a very, very solid plan for the future. Okay, and not just only a solid, but also, how can I say, very simple plan. Simple plan in the sense that it's going to be very easy to follow, it's going to be very easy to get accustomed to, it's going to be very easy to be understood. This plan is going to be supplemented with very strong intentions from your side, which is going to make you a very needed and also wanted asset, not just only for career but also for love. It's very likely that ex of yours, and when I say ex of yours, by the way, MT, thank you so much for your $4.99 support to the channel. Mwah. Thank you so much. Make sure you do stick around up until the end of the live stream, where I'm going to perform you a personalized reading. Okay, just hold on a second. If you can't stick around up until the end, you can always watch the live stream anytime from tomorrow moving forward and navigate to the end of it, where you can find your readings being being performed. So yeah, it's very likely that ex of yours, and when I do say ex of yours, I don't mean your recent ex. That is something that I get criticized into my weekly readings. You know, I do say, oh, an ex may come back, and everybody say, I don't want that narcissist. Or maybe it's not that narcissist, you know, maybe it's a person you dated at high school. Maybe it's not even in the high school, but before that as well. So when I say an ex, I don't mean the recent ex of yours, okay? But yeah, it's very likely that you do get the chance to jump into the old branches of love. Maybe a person that you got along very well together, you know, in the past or even recently, but always something was obstructing you of being together or of developing any kind of a love interaction, and now things are just start flying for you and her or him, and things are starting to get better and better. And now even with these cards, you do get a much clearer view how things can work out in between you two moving forward in a relationship. So with that being said, guys, moving next, we do have a Cancer. No, you haven't missed Cancer, Robin. You're welcome, MT. I do thank you so much for the support again. Hello, Tracy. All right, so Cancer, first card that we do have for you, Cancer, that is going to be the Death card. Moving next, we do have the Queen of Pentacles, and these two are definitely indication for a major swing that is to take place in your life, and this swing is going to be directed toward something brand new for you, something you have probably never experienced it. Okay, but let's have a look into further cards. The next one is going to be the Five of Cups, and the fourth one for you, Cancer, that will be Justice. Okay, so again, major swing. Okay, and this major swing is going to be caused by some kind of a recent actions of yours, or some kind of a how can I say, recent decisions of yours. And those actions and those decisions have been provoked due to the imperfection, once again, of a situations. Basically, the situation forced you to act, react, or decide in a such way, which caused things to go in stir, things to go in flux, things that you need to get rid of, generally, because these things makes no sense any longer. These things serve you no purpose whatsoever. And because we do have the Queen of Pentacles here into the second position of the spread, guys, it means that you have tried every tangible, I don't know, every tangible option to try to make the thing work out, and it simply doesn't want to work out. So you just have to move on, relinquish it, and just have to move on. That could be an opportunity that you have to move on from. That could be a partnership that you have to that you do have to move on. That could be an option available that you can have to move on. A habit as well, you know, relationship, a job offer, and so on and so forth. It is just it does relate to those things in your life that you tried everything to improve, to make them better, and just simply to make them happen, and they just doesn't want to. Okay, and instead of having a tumultuous withdrawal or a tumultuous severance here, Cancer, it will be very, very easy for you. It will be like it's nothing. Okay, to pretty much detach and sever yourself from these aspects, like situations, like again habits, or connections in relationships that simply are pulling you down, or they are holding you back, so to speak. Now the result of all that for you, Cancer, is going to be way better, not just only time management, but as well balance in life in general. Now once you do get rid of these say aspects which are serving no purpose whatsoever anymore in your life, then you will have that astute discernment to how can I say, to see what should be continued further, and to see what does require your immediate attention, so to speak. And thus the balance in your life, into your love life, into your career life, into your relationship as well, is going to be restored. But above everything else, everything that you hold accountable and everything that you consider yourself accountable for is to be managed. So the way I see things that are turning out for you, Cancer, here into the month of September, it is where you do drop off the dead weight. Okay, you do drop off the heavy burdens, which are simply stones, nothing productive, and you simply replace these the efforts you used to carry on that dead weight. You are redirecting those efforts into a much more meaningful and much more substantial, so to speak, aspects of your life, like career, like love life, and so on and so forth, where you do get to enjoy more balance. Now, one thing I want to mention here when it comes to especially relationships for you, Cancer, and that is that should your relationship be experiencing any difficulties, then this is because the balance is disrupted, and it is highly likely that one of you guys is feeling that it is pulling the relationship on their own, and the other person, it is just not cooperating whatsoever. And that calls for very open conversations. You just have to address each other with the responsibilities you're taking care for into the relationship itself, and you do how can I say, diversitize or distribute. Okay, so you do distribute responsibilities equally in between you two, and then the sense of that it is an equal relationship is going to be returned back. Thank you, Sadik. Yeah, it's I'm kind of uplifted today. So that concludes the first portion of the general readings. Now you guys get to ask a question if you do wish a free reading from me, and you do have a 5 minutes to do so. Right now I'm putting the stopwatch on a rundown or on a countdown. And yeah, if you do wish a personal reading, or rather like a free personal reading, that is the way you get it. Just input your question here into the comments of the live stream, and after 5 minutes I'm going to pick one question and I'm going to perform a professional reading on it. Of course, anybody who supports the live stream, me, through a super chat, they're going to get their free reading at the end of the live stream. It's not free, it's a contribution. You contribute for my well-being, I contribute for your well-being. It's just how it works. And should you want a personalized reading, guys, a personal reading, you can go to my website, which link you're going to find into the description down below. And there you're going to see a link to my website where you can view all of my services and decide which one is suiting you best. It's Robin, if you are talking about the Cancer reading, this isn't a purge. It's more like letting go of. So in the month of September, it will become pretty obvious, what doesn't want to stay in your life. and you just have to let it go. Patty, you gotta, if you do want a free reading, you gotta input a question. And you're welcome, by the way. Danny, thank you so much for your $4.99 support. Thank you so much. Make sure you do stick around up until the end, where you will have your personalized reading. Oh, no worries. I mean, guys, you can always ask me such a clarifying questions, okay? And I will do my best to answer them. But yeah, it's not about the purge. It's about, for Cancer, it's about letting go of. The difference in between the Tower and the Death card, amongst being one being transformation, the other being change, it is the Tower card happens more violently. It's more of a purge than anything else. While the Death card, it is just allowing it to go away. Okay, it doesn't want to be there anymore, and you're just allowing it to slip off, to get away, so you can have that space cleared, something new to come and replace it. Tarot is not good for general, you know, so yeah, it's you gotta ask a question. So that is one of the main differences in between. Actually, there are a lot of differences in tarot, guys. What if you do observe, half of the cards either mean new beginning or either mean a change. For example, you read about the Fool card and you see, oh, it's a new beginning, and then you do read about the Star card and it says, oh, it's a new beginning, and then you read about the Ace of Wands and says, oh my God, it's a new beginning. What's the difference? You know, that is something that needs to be taken under account when you do read tarot cards. What is the difference in between these three cards? All right, so let's pick a question. By the way, I gotta go and get the tarot deck that I'm using for personalized readings. 1 second, and I already picked the question here. It's the Laura question, and I will tell you guys why I picked that question. Just hold on a second. So the other two questions, they do involve reallocation or locations, okay? And as far as tarot is concerned, locations are irrelevant. For example, taking the party question, will I be moving out of state soon? You can move tomorrow if you decide, just buy a ticket, rent a home, and just go and, you know, move out of state. Locations are completely irrelevant, because if you are meant to be happy or successful, you are going to be regardless where you go. If you, for example, are a good physician, you are going to be a good physician in the state of Pennsylvania, in Canada, in Mexico, in Europe, wherever you go, all right? So that's why locations are completely irrelevant for tarot. If you do want to check on locations, go to astrologer, because they do have a method there to calculate, or I don't know, to see where you're going to be best, where you're going to feel best. And Pisces Moonbeam, it's a great astrologer here at the website or at the business, so you can run for her services if you wish. Actually, right now it's warm here, Robin. It's pretty warm because I made it just before the live stream started. But on, keep up that question for the second poll. The second poll is going to happen after a Scorpio right now already picked the question, which is Laura's question. And that question is about how a connection she does have is going to progress into the month of September. So let's have a look. Thank you, Lara. Thank you. All right, so let's have a look. We do have the Ace of Pentacles, and that is very promising. Now, what we don't want to see here is a cards of air, all right? Earth and air, they don't go very well together. The next one, that is going to be an air card, unfortunately, and that will be the Queen of Swords. And the next one is also going to be an air card, and that is going to be the Eight of Swords, which is... Well, the thing is that, Lara, it is that into the month of September, because the prime card, it is the Page of Pentacles, it is the Ace of Pentacles, I'm sorry, it does speak that you are going to have your fair share of openings and opportunities to create a harmonious relationship and harmonious connection. Now the problems. The first problem that we can see is this one here, which is in between these two. These two form a passive enemies. And that speaks that there will be a lot of a, for the lack of better word, I'm going to say force. Okay, where things can happen at all costs. Just to give you an example, you have been asked for a coffee, and that date, okay, has to happen no matter what, okay, and it is just pushed and forced through, okay. That is one problem that is going to take place there. The other problem that we do have is in between these two cards, okay, which also are forming a passive enemies, and it does speaks that there can be disruption into the communications. What I mean here, it is that you may try to make a point of something where you think you have explained yourself very well, but the other side just couldn't hear you, or they couldn't fathom what you're trying to make a point of, and but they keep their mouth shut, so they give you the silent treatment out there, and you think it's everything great, you know, I have explained myself and everything is good, but it isn't, okay, because they think something different. So that could be overcome through a higher elaboration, so to speak. And in fact, if you do want to make some kind of a point into the month of September with this person, and you cannot explain it like I don't know, a 9-year-old kid can understand you, just don't bother, all right? Just don't bother explaining anything. So the best way how you can approach that relationship into the month of September is being very slow, or rather like very calm, so to speak. Don't try to force anything. Don't try to push things through there. If things happen, great. If they don't happen, even better. All right. And at the right time and at the right place, things are just going to take off. Should you fall into that, how can I say, into these criteria that you are calm, you're not bruisey, you're not pushy, you are not, how can I say, dramatizing about certain stuff, then definitely it's going to be a month of content and, I don't know, even ecstasy for both of you. All right, so that was Laura reading, Laura free reading. I hope you enjoyed it, Laura. And couple of minutes, guys, and moving to the second star signs, which are going to be Leo, Virgo, Libra, and as well Scorpio. And after that, the second pre-reading is going to take place. Hello, Charlie. Truth be told, I don't remember. Just being honest here, I just can't remember what I told you, nor I can remember the question that you have addressed me with. Patty, you can't just judge based on your star sign what is your best match. There are so many other influences, right? For example, where both of your moons are standing, what kind of a I don't know what kind of an aspects the planets make when you do make synastry and so on and so forth. Because based on star signs, you may be completely, I don't know, have no compatibility whatsoever with certain star sign, but because the planets are situated in a certain way, you may be a very, very compatible. So you just cannot judge based on the star sign what's, I don't know, what are you compatible or not compatible, or are they a good match or not a good match. Again, you just have to make synastry, so to speak, with a specific person to know about the compatibility, and not just only compatibility, but as well where the pros and the cons from a possible relationship. Ron, the Cancer have been already done. Hello, Angie. Welcome to the live stream. Oh, Charlie. Probably it was something related that you should not taunt. Not show into Facebook in what regards? Show off in a sense of no brag about certain stuff? I don't understand. Hello, Lodin. Welcome to the stream. All right, so moving next, we do have Leo, and the first card for Leo, that is going to be the page of the Queen. I'm sorry, that's not page, that's the Queen of Cups. Followed by the second one here, which stands as the Chariot. Moving next, we do have the Page of Cups actually this time around. And the last one, that is going to be the Knights of Wands. So we do have these four cards for Leo. Hello, Carol. Thank you so much for your warm words. When that happens, it sucks, Robin. I completely feel you. In fact, when the power shuts down, I feel like my life ends. That's how dependable we are. Not just only you, but also me. That's how dependable we are on electricity power. Uh, Thank you, Laura. By the way, uh, you can you can go for the elemental dignity lecture, right? Elemental dignity course. This is where I do display or describe how I do read combinations of cards. The main course, it's about the cards themselves and explanations of the cards themselves, so you can understand the card instead of memorizing certain keywords about the card. Hello, Lori. Welcome to the live stream. Antonino, hello and welcome. All right, so Leo, there are a few things here that are straight away popping up with these cards. And the first thing that makes a real impression here, it is the Queen of Cups sitting into the very prime of the reading, which is the very, very first position, guys. And that pretty much speaks for sustenance, right? So into this month, you will be able to sustain your career, your relationship, or whatever you do hold there to your heart. Additionally to it, into the month of September, Leo, especially if you are feeling, I don't know what word should I use here, forlorn maybe, like being all alone amongst the crowd, okay? Should you feel that way, then you are very likely to find a companion, someone who truly understands what you are going through, what you went through as well, someone who has a profound understanding into the happiness and the plights you are experiencing and you had experienced with your life. So here we are talking about, if not an emotional, how can I say, a emotional companion, a very loyal companion that you can always use to have a shoulder to cry on, you know, you can always have an emotional support from, and so on and so forth. The best thing is that this company is going to be very, very discreet company, so you will straight away feel that there is like nothing you cannot share with this person as a experience, because you will know that this either information or a shared emotion is going to be sound and safe. Now let's address the elephant into the room for Leo, I'm sorry, and that will be the Chariot here into the second position of the spread, okay? So Chariot there, it speaks that throughout this month is highly unlikely, guys, and that is very important here. It's highly unlikely that you can prevail against the odds. So don't try to be a hero, right? That's all you gotta do. Just don't try to be a hero. Go the easy way around. If the odds look overwhelming, that is because they are overwhelming odds, okay? And it is just, and especially if the situation looks desperate, that is because it is desperate. Or if it looks doomed, that is because it is doomed. So don't try to be a hero throughout this particular month, and just address or focus yourself on tasks that you are 100% certain that you can bring to the end, or you can be victorious, etc., etc. Now let's talk about good things now for a change, okay? Because we do have the Page of Cups into the month of September here, into the third position of your spread, that means that it's going to be very easy for you to get emotionally attached to things and to people. If you are single, very likely to get emotionally attached to somebody. And when I say emotionally attached, I don't mean it just only the one way, where you get emotionally attached only, but also the other person to get emotionally attached to you as well. Also, this card here speaks that you are going to start sensing some kind of a change that it is looming on the horizon, okay? Something that it will be different into the future, and you are going to be blessed with this foresight, understanding where the wind is blowing from, and that will allow you to address your positions, you know, how you are tackling with the world, so to speak, so you can reposition yourself in a way that you will be able to get the most advantage out of this change. And lastly, the details. Okay, so instead of being focused on the minor, insubstantial, and so to speak, aggravating details, Leo, you are to be addressing more the overview that will allow you to have just a better time moving forward. And what this is going to result for you here at the end of the month, as the card shows, which is the Knight of Wands. Well, at the end of the month, you are to find yourself in a quite of an enterprising position, meaning that you will have options available left, right, and center, and it is up to you to decide which direction to go. Which, if you are, for example, single, you can expect to have few people to choose from a pool to go out with, to date with, to interact with, so on and so forth. Multiple projects, multiple options available, multiple career paths, and so on and so forth. Now, what is important here at the end of the month, guys, is to, whichever choice you decide to go with, you should be 100% certain that you can bring that choice to the very end, okay? This isn't a game anymore. It's not a just, how can I say, a child's play here. It's a serious... Hello, Dream Boy. It is a serious situation in a sense of that this is where you do pave your future, and you want to make sure that you do hang on of the future you can handle. Okay, that is what it is important. So that is pretty much your month of September. Don't be a hero and be true to yourself. What option available you are truly eager to bring to its very end, and as well sustenance. All right, try to stick with what you hold dear to your heart and sustain it. It will be a piece of cake for you to do. Hello, Melissa. And Laura, reading tarot, listen, that's, I can't speak profoundly for it, but just only from my observation, okay? Any kind of fortune telling science, say astrology, you know, say numerology, runes, tarot, they do require a lot of time to become accustomed to, so to speak. But they do take a lot of time for different reasons. Okay, for example, my own observation. Okay, that may not be true, but my own observation. It is that with astrology, it takes a lot of study. It is unfathomable amount of an information you have to digest and get accustomed to be able to do to be a good astrologer. All right. While with tarot, the information is not that much, but you do need to practice, because in tarot cards, they do relate to situations. For example, I want to give you an example before we go to Libra here. Say you draw the King of Cups, right? So, and does depend what situation you are in. King of Cups could mean a very, very different stuff. For example, person comes to you with a question, am I going to get an option to be promoted? You draw King of Cups? Yes, you will, because in this particular case, King of Cups describes a very, very tempting offer. All right, while emotionally wise, King of Cups, it is a individual who is capable of a very deep emotions. All right, it may be also a person with a poker face, and it does depend how you do phrase your question that describes, or rather like identifies, what the card truly means. So cards, they don't have key meanings. Well, they do, but they are very broad. Other than that, you just have to get along with the cards and understand them instead of studying them. Okay, studying them just gives you the foundation, but then you need to practice a lot so you can understand them, if that makes sense. Hello, El Ortiz. No, I'm not in Oregon. That background, it's from a free pick website. You can find the author of the background. It's they are, how can I say, attributed at the description of the live stream. But no, I'm not in Oregon. Other than that, it's a beautiful background. Yeah, I agree with it. Hello, Robin. It does depend. Do you use spreads or not? It does depend how you do address the cards while shuffling as well, and it does depend on the question. Okay, and that comes with practice. One more time, when I do draw a card, you ask me a question, and when I draw the card, I immediately know what the card means. All right, what the card is telling me. The problem is how I'm going to translate it to you. Okay, it's just you do develop a sense, which is not an intuition. It's a sense of what the cards are telling you. All right, so moving next, we do have Libra, and the first card for Libra, that will be the Six of Wands, followed by the second one here, which is the Eight of Wands. Then the third card for Libra, that is going to be the Queen of Pentacles. And the last card for Libra, that is going to be the Tower card. So we do have those 4 cards, guys, for Libra. Okay. And the month for Libra is going to be a continuous month, for the lack of a better word. What I mean it is that you guys are highly unlikely into this month to find any... I don't want to say valuable option, but option that it is suitable, and that is pretty much described with the second card of the spread. That will be the Eight of Wands. So pretty much there are going to be options available for you. Okay, there are going to be propositions, there are going to be openings. But when you do look at them and when you do see what they are offering to you, you are saying, nah, it's not something that I should bother with. Now, aside from that, though, your main course of drive moving forward, it's about to open up, because the Six of Wands sits into the prime of the reading, okay? And that pretty much speaks that whatever you are toiling over and whatever you are hoping to accomplish throughout the month, is going to be there. So for you, Libra, the Virgo, oh my god, that is Virgo, guys. It's not, okay, it's not Virgo, it's Libra. I'm just, mixing up the signs. I don't know why I passed Virgo, but I'm gonna do Virgo after that. All right. So yeah, well, Libra. So that will be for you month of results, peak of experiences, recognitions, and rewards. No, Carol, unfortunately, I skipped it. I'm gonna make it after Libra. I'm sorry. I don't know why I went to Libra straight away. Ah, man. Anyway, so yeah, it's a month for you, Libra, where there are going to be progress and results into your main course, and that is not just only described with the Six of Wands, guys, but also having the Queen of Pentacles into the third position. Okay, and what the Queen of Pentacles into that position speaks, it is that when you look at your main course, your current stuff, your current job, say your current deals or your current relationship, you are to see that these things has so many more potentials that you literally don't need anything new at that stage, at least. Okay, and thus you are going to start exploring for yourself options available, opportunities which are heretofore being unexplored, and therefore you're going to start improving instead of how can I say, conquering. Okay, improving what you already have to a shape where you're going to be quite comfortable and quite pleased with that improvement. So you can expect to get the right treatment in terms of your relationship, as well in terms of your career. You can expect as well to quench it and to to close the gap, if there is such, in between your person of interest and you. You can expect as well to consolidate and solidify your position at work. And if you are looking for work, well, guys, it's highly likely that from a place you have been working at or you have tried to work at, to get a call from the month of September and being asked, are you still available to do job for them? But the end of the month is kind of awkward for you, Libra, because the end of the month is described by the Tower card, okay? Here. And I'm going to draw one more card here for the Tower, and that is going to be the Ten of Wands. So we do have these two. And what that describes, Libra, it is that at the end of the month, you are to see that things are far bigger than you thought they are, that they do require far more attention and far more attitude that you anticipated at the end. And thus, it seems like a moment of sacrifice, in a sense of that you have to sacrifice one thing over another. And for that, you have to be very, I don't know how to say it, proficient, so to speak, of what you sacrifice for the favor of the other. I hope that it is not that drastic, as you have to sacrifice your love life for a favor of your career life or vice versa, but that could be as well the case. One more thing here before we wrap this, before we wrap the Libra reading around, it is that at the end of the month, should you experience you know, any unpleasant symptoms, any unpleasant circumstances out there, this is because you get the chance to rearrange the area where those circumstances are arising. So if your relationship is going through unpleasant period, then you can rearrange your relationship in a way that your relationship can thrive. And instead of trying to walk away from the unpleasant symptoms, just embrace those unpleasant symptoms. Yeah, I'm gonna do Virgo next. I don't know what happened. I just skipped Virgo for some reason, but I'm gonna do it right now. Nothing personal, guys, nothing personal. It's just Charlie. That's I don't want to be your judge, Charlie, but I don't think that that's good, not just only for your health, but as well for, you know, how you do tackle with the world overall. Hello, Taja. No, I haven't done Sagittarius yet. But you know, you do have your own life. You are free to do whatever you like. I just had close people to myself that were doing the same thing you do, and they didn't end up well. Okay, they just didn't end up well. So I don't think that that's a smart thing to do. But again, do whatever you feel it's best for you. All right, so Virgo. All right, if you say so. If you say so. So Virgo, first one, that will be the Four of Wands. Hello, Karen. Welcome to the stream. Followed by the Three of Wands. Moving next, we do have for you, Virgo, the Empress. And the last one, that will be the Knights of Pentacles. Those four cards for Virgo. Okay. And wow, quite of a month for you guys. Now let's talk about challenges. That is a month where you do not challenge yourself. Okay. In fact, there could be people around you. There could be as well situations that are challenging you, like daring you. You know, that game Truth or Dare, where if you choose Dare, you are actually taunted to do something, I don't know, stupid or something unthinkable. There are going to be a lot of these situations that you are to be dared with. from your colleagues, for example, from your friends, let's say, or simply from the situation itself. Don't answer the call, guys. Things are not gonna end up very well for you at all. Should you decide to go for these dares. Aside from that, you definitely are having what to work on into the month of September. Literally, what these cards here are saying, Virgo, it is that into substantial situations, say marriage, say career, say relationship, you are not as far as you think you are, but you are about to be. Okay, that is only if you do address the situation into a very practical way. So the best thing you can do throughout the month of September is when you do face a I don't know, a meaningful or rather essential endeavor, essential situation, don't render your verdict straight away. Okay, don't rush to action and don't think that you are ahead of the game. Slow down the pace, withdraw yourself from the midst of activities, and try to place your judgment in a very mature and well-found fashion. So your choice, which you are to make, how you are to approach the situation when you get back to it, serves not just only you, but also serves everybody, especially if that is a concerning about the family. Aside from that, it is a great month for you to pave plans or to make plans for the future, career-wise, relationship-wise. It's a month for you, Virgo, where you will be able to finalize certain accomplishments, where you are going to finalize certain cycles of growth as well. It's a great month where a very important aspects of situations are to be addressed, which will allow you to wrap around the situation. And you are going to end up the month here, Virgo, in a state where you will be pretty comfortable with how things are going, and also you will have a foresight of how the things will proceed going career-wise and relationship-wise. As with Leo, you also have a chance to make a reconciliation. And when I say reconciliation, again, I want to stress this one enough. That doesn't necessarily mean that is going to be with your recent ex. It could be with a person that you had a relationship 20 years ago, 10 years ago, and so on and so forth. So don't, when I say an ex, I don't mean your recent ex, just one of the exes among those you had, all right? Because these cards could very well speak about jumping into the old branches of love, but there is a condition here, unlike with Leo. Your condition, Virgo, it is that everything has been sorted out with this person. So you have not ended up in a bad terms or in a good terms, you have ended in a neutral terms, okay? And finally, guys, at the end of the month, you have to be very clear with yourself what is it you want, because at the end of the month it's the time where you will make a consistent actions and approach toward the thing you want, actions which are to be supported with a very strong determination. As well, at the end of the month, it's highly likely that you're going to start feeling the need to keep things simple, you know, the KISS principle, keep it simple, stupid, and as well the need to spend some time among nature. So some holidays at the end of the month are not excluded for you, Virgo. The 1 hour is $90, Laura. No, the Capricorn reading haven't been done yet, Lola. Thank you, Charlie. But again, when I say reconciliation, I don't fix on your recent ex. It could be literally any of your exes, okay? Yeah, the KISS principle. Right, guys, crossing fingers, we approaching Scorpio. Let me make the refill. All right. We have the Six of Pentacles. Actually, not a bad start. Okay, just not a bad start. And then it will be the Knight of Pentacles. Afterwards, we do have the Tower. And the last one here, that is going to be the Four of Wands. Well, at least at the end of the month is going to be a redeemer for you, all right? We do have a savior, so to speak. Other than that, quite of a... I don't know how to even classify it, truth be told. Complicated. It will be quite of a complicated month for us, the Scorpio. And the main thing for that, it is the reality that at the end of the month, throughout the month, I'm sorry guys, not at the end of the month, but throughout the month, we will have to face most of it on our own. Okay, although, and that will be the sad part, because while there are going to be quite of a few people that will have not just only the idea, but as well the wish to help us or to be next to us and so on and so forth, it's going to make no sense to involve these people into our things or straight away into our problems. Now things are going to be complicated because we do have the Knight of Pentacles here into the second position, and that pretty much speaks that nothing is going to work out from the first try, which by the way is the story of my life now that I think of, right? So every time we try something the most obvious way, it's not going to work out. So we have to try it in a more complicated way, and then in a more complicated way one more time until we find the way that works for us. Okay, so that's the bad news for us Scorpio for the month of September. And also with that Knight of Pentacles, we may be quite confused about what we truly want for something. Say you start some kind of a relationship or some kind of a job, and in the month of September, Scorpio, you just won't know what to do of it, all right? You just won't know how is this thing really plays out for you in term of life in general, you know, what kind of a attribution this thing has to your life. And just don't be quick to judgment, guys. At the end of the month, we, because I'm Scorpio as well, will be very aware, you know, how that thing fits there. But just throughout the month itself, it will be a bit difficult for us to understand what is the true value of dying relationship or I don't know, dying deal and so on and so forth. Other than that, the month is going to be very good in terms of a harmony. Now it's going to be complicated, but in a very twisted way, harmoniously complicated. Okay, so no matter how much the situation twists and tangles itself, is always going to go in a certain frame without going into either of the extremes, so to speak. And that being said, we are going to pretty much move on in a I don't know how to say it, in ordinary fashion, okay, forward, career-wise and as well relationship-wise. Now, what you may have made an impression to you, that could be the Tower card, having it here into the third position, and that is something actually great and good, which speaks that if we do decide to change something into our lifestyle, it's going to be greatly appreciated by our life in general. It's going to actually significantly improve the lifestyle we have and the way we live in general. Also, the Tower card here, it gives us a I don't know how to say it, a point of redemption, so to speak. Say your relationship shattered Having the Tower card into this position, it means that you do get to take those pieces, to pick up those pieces together and reassemble that relationship. So it's kind of like something like a correctional exam, having the Tower card there. But the month for us ends where we do truly manage to, I don't know how to say it, manage to manage the crisis, or manage to manage the complicated nature of the months, and we pretty much being able to finalize everything we have started throughout the month to a rather satisfying state and satisfying extent. And from there it will be like a checkpoint, okay, where no matter what happens, we always get to not to fall beneath that line we reached at the end of the month. So we can expect, although complicated month, to end up the month with a rather secured positions, career-wise and as well relationship-wise. One last thing I want to say for the single souls, Scorpio out there, that if you happen to have a crush to the month of September, to crush in somebody into the month of September, know guys, that this crush is gonna end up very, very well for you. All right, so that was for Scorpio, and now the second break is going to take place, and the second free reading also is going to take place, guys. So into the next 5 minutes, you get to ask your question. Should you want a free reading with me, you do get to ask your question here into the comments below, and after 5 minutes, I'm going to pick one question and I'm going to perform a professional reading on this question. So if you do want a free reading, that is the way you get it. It happens here on the live stream and it is a public one. For anybody who supports the live stream through super chats, you are going to get your reading at the end of the live stream, guys, regardless. And if you do wish a professional reading with me, or rather like a personal reading with me, guys, I'm sorry, a personal reading with me, you can go to my live stream. What is going on with me tonight? My website, which is listed into the description down below, and at the very front page you're going to see a list of the full list of my services and as well their pricing. Oh my god, I'm confusing words. I don't know what is going on. And finally, if you do enjoy the content here, just leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, which is not just only gonna keep you up to date with our weekly uploads and live streams, but as well is gonna help us tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. Hello April and Robin, welcome to the live stream. Karen, thank you so much for your $5 support. Thank you so much. Make sure you do stick around up until the end, and I'm going to perform your inquiry of a general read. Again, thank you so much. Oh my god, Elizabeth. All right, I'm going to, if I pick your question, I'm going to give you an insight, but should I not pick your question, Elizabeth? People that ghosted, all right, they don't deserve attention, all right? So I don't know why you would have concerned yourself with that. It just ain't gonna make you feel better in any way. No matter what I tell you, just ain't gonna make you feel better. So, but all right, if I pick your question, then that will be. Am I single? Yeah, I am. Who is hubby? Hey bro, who is hubby? Hubba bubba. Oh, the single ladies, yeah. Ah, husband. All right. That's uh all right, bro. I so sorry to hear that. Randy, thank you so much for your 9.99 support. Thank you so much, Randy. Make sure to stick around up until the end, and you will have your personalized reading there. Well, Ness, this is the thing with tarot, guys. It's how accurate the reader can be. It is of how accurate you put a question. Okay, because I'll try to give you this example. If you ask for a sister that you don't have, the tarot is gonna answer you for a sister you don't have. All right, so that is something that comes about with tarot. So they're gonna answer you in a way that what would have been if you had a sister. All right, so it's how accurate tarot is depends on how accurately you do place the question to tarot. All right, so let's pick a question here. That of Elizabeth is very interesting question. All right, what the heck? Let's pick Elizabeth's question, which is why David ghosted me. All right, so let's have a look. When is your birthday, Charlie? You have these three very simple answer. It's a very simple answer, Elizabeth. And it has a long version and a short version, all right? So hopefully you ain't gonna feel bad when I tell you the short version. But the short version it is that a relationship for him ain't worth the hassle. Or the version of relationship you are willing to offer just ain't worth the hassle for him. That being said, that doesn't mean that you are offering a bad type of relationship, okay? It's just this person, when he saw how his life is about to change, he just didn't like it, okay? But there are people who would love to have such a life that you are offering. So to me, that one just simply got spooked and walked away. It's as simple as that. Just the guy got spooked of how much responsibility he had to take on, you know, on how much he had to get accustomed to. I always forget that damn word. Just hold on a second, guys. I'm gonna find it. Obligations, okay, how much obligations and duties a relationship would bring, because probably I don't know what kind of a relationship you had, or what kind of a how can I say, announcement you made in front of him for a type of relationship, but I do presume that you wanted something serious and he just wouldn't up to it. He just was not up to it. And you know, ghosting, it's something I can't validate of being great thing, because at least have the audacity to say I am walking away, you know, at least have the guts, the courage, I don't know, the honor. That's it. Just have the honor to stand with yourself, with your name, with your face, and say, I don't want to do it. All right, Charlie, feeling generous today, so let's see if that Capricorn has at least a shred of feelings to you. The decency, exactly, Randy. Thank you so much. The decency. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Slowly developing at the very beginning, but she does. You make her feel in harmony. It's the best thing that is the best word that can come to my mind. It's always disrespectful, Elizabeth. It's always disrespectful. Right. So let's move to the last 4 star signs. You're welcome, Charlie. Just give me a couple of minutes, guys, to have a sip of coffee, have a vape or two, and moving. But yeah, I mean, I have been ghosted myself, and at first it feels bad, but then you think, then you give a thought of it and say, it's just their loss, maybe, but definitely it's not my loss. Thank you, Charlie. You all, guys, you all are, at least to me, okay? No matter what anybody thinks of you, to me, you all are a blessing. Because I said that in many ways. Hello, Sarah. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you too. So I said it few ways. There is not enough times that I can say that, but you know, in my life, the very first good portion of it, 28 years, it was not a good life. Okay, it wasn't a good life. I'm sure that I'm not the only one who had a tough life at their childhood in early 20s, early 30s, but then I was fortunate enough to find you among many things, and I am now happy, and I can say I'm genuinely happy. And it's one of the reasons, actually, the biggest reason I'm happy. It's you, and that's the truth. Okay, the biggest reason I'm happy right now, it's because of you. So you are guilty of making me happy. You can look at it that way. Actually, Randy, it does allow closure. It is, in my view, it is the best closure. It's a closure where you don't have to explain yourself. You just slam the door and that's it. It will be quite of a celebration, Charlie, for what it seems. It will be quite of a party. All right, so moving next, we do have Sagittarius, and the very first one for Sagittarius, that is going to be the star card. Moving next, we do have the Queen of Wands. Followed by the third card for you, Sagittarius, that is going to be the Queen of Swords. And the last one for you guys, that will be the Tower card. So from all these four, we can say that this is going to be a very active month. And you guys may not know, but my chart forms a so-called bundle or a knot. It is how the Russians call it. And what that means, it is when your planets are pretty much clustered into a very small angle, or rather like fairly small angle. My planets are clustered into Sagittarius and into Scorpio. Okay, I have one planet, I believe, in Aquarius, and one other planet in I don't know, in Libra or in Virgo. Or no, just in Aquarius. In Libra or in Virgo, these are asteroids. So it makes a knot. And Sagittarius, it's something that influences me a lot, that reading, okay? And it says that it's going to be a very, very active month. A month where you, Sagittarius, get to push your things through. And I mean really push your things through. Now, this is the month where you do resolve problems, okay? Problems career-wise, problems relationship-wise. Aquadev, hello, good evening, welcome to the stream. You have been missed, definitely. Okay, and also Cinnamon Kiss, which unfortunately is not around. Malibu Ronin is here, so all of the party is around. Yours are clustered too. Yeah, well, the clustered planets will, depending on how wide the cluster is, but it's this is something new. I'm just learning it right now. In any case, active months, and it's a problem-solving month, okay? Because the very topic of the month for you, Sagittarius, it is ending up the bad times, okay? It is just as it is, just ending up the bad times. Like if you have a bad times into in love, for example, you are always misfortunate finding love, then throughout this month you get to identify why that is, all right, and solve that problem. Same thing goes in terms of career as well. It is just whatever fixture you do have, whatever fulcrum you do have, that you are just get the option and the possibility to just push forward and resolve it. Now, you also are going to have one of the greatest weapon the humanity knows, and that is information. Okay, information, it is the one of the second to most valuable currency out there. The most valuable currency, health. The second one, information. This month, Sagittarius, you are gonna happen to be forewarned. Therefore, you're gonna happen to be forearmed, and you will be always few steps ahead in front of your rivalries, in front of changes, and so on and so forth. So possibilities, let's talk about possibilities. Well, throughout this month, you Sagittarius may happen to find a love that unfolds, okay, an unfolding love. Also possibility to find a job that truly fits with your criteria, or in generally a possibility to fulfill your ideals and your standards. So yeah, Sagittarius, it's a great month for you, but again, you have to be active. Sitting on your couch hoping that everything is gonna solve itself for you, that's not gonna be the case here. So let's talk about the elephant into the room, and that is the Queen of Wands into the second position. Okay. And what that means, it's why it's so much of a pride. I don't know how to describe it. That is a status, so to speak, where you think, or you may be beguiled to think that your way, your maneuver, and how can I say, your perception, it is a virtue. Okay, so that may make you ignorant to guidance, that may make you ignorant as well to criticism, and additionally to that, you may have the problem with the will to prevail. Okay, so but not by a quitting easily. Just on the contrary, having a will to prevail, even if you see that, you know, the development is not something that is going to give you any benefit, and therefore you're ending up wasting resources for literally nothing. But at the end of the month, it seems that you are going to shake foundations where you're unhappy with, all right? Shake foundations into a places, statuses, relationships where you are unhappy at, and rebuild those things. And therefore you will have the chance to rebuild your love life, to rebuild your career, to rebuild your friendships. This time around, build them in a way that is going to suit you best. Okay. Hello, Tea House. Welcome to the live stream. I can't recall having you around, and if you are new, welcome to the channel. Hopefully you do enjoy it and you do like it. Aquadeb, thank you so much for your $4.99 indomitable support to the live stream. Thank you so much. Make sure, as usual, to stick around up until the end of the live stream, where you will have a personalized reading. Just give me a moment here. Yeah, well, in that case, for example, Akudeb says, or Debbie says that her moon is in Sagittarius, and now I will try to make a point why it is important, guys, to listen to your rising and as well to your moon sign. So as Debbie is Sagittarius, that pretty much speaks that she is going to be very well emotionally here into the month of into the month of September. If you debut or single, you definitely are about to find somebody that is going to unlock your heart and is going to make your emotions swing into the right side, or rather like into the positive side. Should you have been emotionally unfulfilled, then that will be the end of such a stage in your life, where this time around you get to have a emotional fulfillment throughout the months. But in generally, this month it is where you do deny feeling bad, right? You are just going to deny feeling bad, and you will do whatever you can and whatever it's possible to make yourself feel fulfilled and happy. So it will be a very, very good emotional month, not just only for you, but for anybody who has a moon into Sagittarius, including me, okay? Because my moon is in Sagittarius, among 3 more planets. Well, Sarah, the rising sign is more important than the sun sign. Actually, the rising sign truly tells you what you are going to go through, while the sun sign, it tells you how you are going to face it. Okay, so yeah, that's why you resonate more with the rising rather than with the sun. Yeah, it's going to be love in September. Right, Capricorn. First one for Capricorn, that is going to be the Queen of Pentacles. And there is one more sign, guys, which is called a signature sign, and it is calculated, but I'm not that into it yet. But yeah, it basically, how can I say, it identifies how your elements are spread and where those elements fall into the cardinal signs or star signs or fixed signs, and it is calculated the signature sign. And pretty much the signature sign shows you what your attitude or what you are when you are thrown into out of character situations, so to speak. And it is also considered as a hidden potential. Right, so if, for example, you are Scorpio, let's say, but your signature sign is Leo, then that means that Leo is your, and whatever planets you do have in there, these are your hidden potentials that you can pretty much develop. So the second one, that will be the 5 of Swords. Afterwards, what we do have, that is going to be the 10 of Pentacles, and the last one, that will be the 7 of Wands. Okay. Well, I will be able to answer that, Debbie, when I get more experienced with astrology. I'm just starting to learn, okay? And the very first thing that I learned was about the signs, which sign is cardinal, which sign is star, which sign is fixed, and how to calculate the signature sign and what it means, okay? But other than that, I don't know anything else for astrology, okay? So Capricorn, these 4 cards, and we do have a bit of a serious problem, and that lies within the 5 of Swords, okay, here into the second position. And what makes it worse, it is the 7 of Wands into the last position for Capricorn. And it will depend on how you address the 5 of Swords, what the 7 of Wands is going to be. So 5 of Swords into the third position here, Capricorn, could mean few things based on what situation you are in. Okay, Five of Swords may mean that you will have a lot of power and you will abuse that power. And when what the Seven of Wands is going to be, enemies. Okay, it's just is going to be enemies. So here the conclusion, it is that in the month of September, you have to be very careful how you use the power given to you, especially, for example, you are a politician, okay, you are a businessman, or you simply have power over people. The other thing about the Five of Swords, it is that you may place your trust in a place that it is not right. And then the Seven of Wands at the end of the month, it is where you are trying to salvage, to make a damage control, so to speak. Okay, trying to mitigate humiliation or trying to mitigate a betrayal. Given that way, you know some kind of a secret and you trust somebody with that secret, and happens that this secret now is no secret anymore. That person is saying it all around the clock, all right, all around the world, and you have to make a damage control there. Five of Swords also could speak that you are stretching way beyond your limits, okay, way beyond your limits in a sense of money, for example, like you are buying stuff that you have no money for, taking loans, mortgages, and so on and so forth. That is just for example. Or you are taking on a job or a project that you are, that this is a way too big of a thing for you at that particular moment. You may not have the time for it, for example, you may not have the skill for it, and so on and so forth. And then the Seven of Wands, it puts you into a very defensive position when you are trying to simply catch up. Okay, so these are the three versions, the most common versions of how the Five of Swords plays out for you. So the conclusion here, don't go for anything new. Just stick around with what you know. That is very well described with the other three cards, which are the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so what these cards here speaks, it is that you do have so much more to give and to improve into your already current stuff. All right, so instead of trying to expand your social circle, improve your current social circle. Instead of trying to expand your current relationship, try to improve your current relationship. Instead of trying to expand your business, improve the business. What I mean is that instead of adding new services, improve the current services you have. This is a month where you will have to slide on the boundary or on a thin edge in between improvement and expansion. And you should make an improvement, but you do not touch expansion. And whichever the case, you just make sure that you surround yourself with people that you absolutely trust. Because once again, it's very, how can I say, very possible that your trust may be betrayed into the month of September. So the best way how the Seven of Wands can play out for you at the end here, it is that you are to be, how can I say, you are to be in a state of being ready to pounce. Imagine it that way, like a lion in the steppes praying in a high grass, ready to pounce in the right moment at the right time. I'm sorry, in the right time at the right place. So that is the best way how the Seven of Wands it is to play out for you, and that is only if you stick with your current things without trying to expand but trying to improve instead. Well, that's great, Karen. That's it seems that you made the right choice then, at least according to my cards. Well, Danny, overall, the reading for Capricorn is more of a guidance than a fortune-telling reading. So basically, Capricorns, you just have to stick with what you already have. It's as simple as that. And try to improve it instead of trying to expand it. All right, moving next, we do have a Aquarius. You're welcome, Karen. So for Aquarius, the first one, that will be the Ace of Pentacles, followed by the second card, which stands as the Seven of Wands. Hello, Dream Boy. Moving next, we do have the Eight of Pentacles. And the last one, that is going to be the Strength card. So these four cards here. And for Aquarius, the reading is a little bit different than for Capricorn. Just give me a second. So for Aquarius, the time for waiting about, it's pretty much over. Now, the month of September for you, Aquarius, it's a month where you have to press on. Slow but steady, doesn't have to be hard though, because the month of September is going to pose as a rare opportunity for you to simply further your goal, all right, to establish a bigger harmony into your relationships or a more successful business endeavors. So for you, this month is all about expansion instead of improvement. In fact, Aquarius, the month of September, it will be a month where now you finally are gonna have the conditions well enough to establish a plan, or rather like to start initiating a plan that took a long time for you to prepare. And I don't know how to say it, guys. It's just this month you gotta be rather brave than anything else. Now, the elephant into the room, or the bad thing about the month of September, it is that you are gonna have rivalries, or rather like a competition, I would like to say it. Now, the thing is that the competition for you is going to play dirty, unfortunately. And here I want to quote a lyric from a song, which pretty much says that the game is on again. For a lover, for a friend, for a big thing or a small, the winner takes it all. So there are no rules, and there are gonna be any rules into this competition that you are gonna end up with, and therefore it's highly suggestible for you, Aquarius, not to stick to the rules either. And if the competition plays dirty, that is how you have to play as well. And aside from that, the good thing for the month of September for you, Aquarius, it is that you're truly gonna have the eye for the details. Okay, it's just nothing is going to elude you out there. You have some kind of a discrepancies. You immediately gonna know where those discrepancies are coming from. Something isn't right. Well, you will immediately gonna be able to address what exactly causes things to not go right, and so on and so forth. And to a point where at the end of the month, you are going to find yourself being in a place where you will be, I don't know how to say it, being capable to address situations with appropriate measurements, okay? Neither overperforming or underperforming, and therefore that will allow you not just only to conserve energy, but also to make a steady progress moving forward. Also, at the end of the month, you are to be quite convinced that you are at the right track, and you will feel no necessity to explain yourself to others and to convince others, for your actions are going to speak much louder than words. Now, one last thing I want to say here for you, Aquarius, who are single, it's time, guys, to step into the world. Okay, very clear from these two cards. Just hold on a second. From these two cards, having the Seven of Wands into the second and the Eight of Pentacles into the third position, which speaks that you are now ready to step under the spotlights and show that you are single and you are ready to make a new commitment. All you gotta do. And the options available for you are gonna start piling up. Well, yeah, if the competition fights dirty, you gotta fight dirty as well. And the competition is gonna fight dirty through spreading rumors and gossips. Okay? Like, for example, say you start dating somebody, Deb. All right? You start dating somebody, but somebody else wants the person that you are dating with. But they cannot have it in a fair way, so they start spreading rumors that you are cheating, that you are unfaithful, and these kind of stuff, like that you did things that you never did, and so on and so forth. So you have to address these slanders and kind of like to address these fallacies, but as well try to dig up some dirty shirts to the person who is trying to undermine you. That was just an example. It doesn't have to be that way. Okay, last but not least, Pisces. Hello, Kristen. We are at Pisces. Good night, Laura. Thanks for stopping by. All right, so Pisces, just give me a second here before we jump to the Pisces reading. Oh, Laura, thank you so much for your purchase, by the way. Thank you so much. I'm gonna contact you very soon about your reading and to schedule our time. Thank you so much, Laura. I just saw that you made a purchase. All right, so oh, it is your ex. Well, that's a good thing then, isn't it? At least he's gonna leave you alone. Good night, Laura. All right, so Pisces, the Queen of Swords, it is your first card. And that is, by the way, guys, just in general, I want to disclose here, having the Queen of Swords into the prime of the reading is one of the best cards you can have. It is because, if nothing else, the Queen of Swords is a sign that you have enough strength to push your things through. And therefore, for the time frame you are asking about, in this case the month of September, it pretty much means that whatever goal you have bestowed upon yourself until the month start, you do have all the necessary resources and strength to get that goal completed. So again, starting up Queen of Swords. Moving next, that is going to be the Four of Pentacles. Afterwards, we have the Nine of Cups, and that's a great read. And the last one, that will be the Three of Swords. Just give me a moment here. That Three of Swords stunned me a little bit, to be fair. Good night, Sarah. Thanks for stopping by. Good night. Wow, man, I mean, that's such a difficult read. All right, let's start it simple then. For Pisces, the month will bring some kind of a sense of emergency out there, and this sense of emergency is going to be in vain. But in a sense of that, you will have the sense of emergency about something which the cause of it will be unreal. What I mean is that, for example, like, and I'm sorry that I'm gonna give Debbie's case here, but say you are married and you have a sense of emergency that your wife or a husband is flirting with other people. You cannot validate it, but it is just a sense of emergency, okay? And that sense of emergency is going to be in vain because your mind is creating that within you. It's just your sense of insecurity. It will be not fallacy, but celluloid. Okay, it's going to be celluloid. However, this sense of emergency is going to make you do stuff to improve whatever you think is very fragile. In the example I'm giving, your relationship, that is going to improve even further the relationship. So just because you are afraid that, say, your wife or your husband is going to choose somebody else over you, or for example, you are afraid that your supervisor is going to promote somebody else over you, and so on and so forth, is going to make you bring your A game into either career or into either relationship, and your performance is going to be exceptional. Okay, you're going to make your person of interest happy, wife or a husband happy, children happy. You're going to make your supervisor happy, you know, exceptional worker, exceptional asset, and so on and so forth. Now, the only bad part of it is that it's going to be for the wrong reason, in a sense of that it will be made do pressure instead of do, how can I say, personal drive, so to speak. However, the results are going to be that you are simply going to be you're going to be happy, okay, and you will create a point of happiness. So what is going to come out of this sense of emergency? It is just a state of enjoyment, a state of emotional fullness. Okay, a state of content, and as well as states of exhilaration. And when that happens, guys, it's going to be like, I don't know, like being in a very, very hard day at the gym, you know, kind of like enduring all the pain from the workout, and how good it feels when you lay down on the couch after that heavy workout. You know, that is how well it's going to feel after that sense of emergency. This adrenaline rush goes away. And at the end of the month here, the Three of Swords is nothing else but a retrospective about how negatively you thought, and not negatively you thought, but how can I say, how critically you thought, and how that's emergency situation, or having the feeling that you are with your back against the wall, having the feeling that you are losing something, made you do miracles. And there, you Pisces are going to understand that when you are cornered, actually you are not weak, but this is the moment where you are the most strong. And yeah, it's pretty much a month here that's again, I'm going to say it that way, for the wrong reasons, you will do great things out there. You will impress your supervisor, your boss, colleagues. Also, you will impress the people that you are interacting with, like friends, like children, family, beloved ones as well. Whatever you want to accomplish, guys, goes. Unfortunately, once again, is going to happen under a little bit of a pressure than necessary. All right, so that concludes all 12 star signs, and now the Last free reading is going to take place. Ella Mela, thank you so much for your 1999 support. Thank you so much. Make sure you do stick around a little bit more, and you will have your personalized reading as well. So right now, the free reading, the last free reading of the live stream is going to take place, guys. If you do wish a free reading with me, just input your question here into the comments of the live stream. And after 5 minutes, I'm going to pick a question and I will perform a professional reading on it. Again, Elmela, thank you so much for your support. Good night, Elizabeth. I will, or at least I'm going to try to. So while we're waiting for questions, just personal thoughts here. How can I say? That Pisces reading was tough, and that is something I want to make a point in terms of tarot. Guys, you turn out the cards and you immediately know the answer, but translating it is very difficult, and it is just you gotta make you gotta make a point of the differences in the sense of, you know, how things are going to develop. For example, here, while the results with Pisces, it will be a great result for them, all right? So, I don't speak about health, but because we do have the Queen of Swords there at the prime position, it's highly likely that Pisces as well are going to start living healthier or solve some kind of a health issue that they may have, okay? That is because of the fear that they're going to have that something is slipping away. Okay, which is the wrong reason. You need to, or a person, at least in my opinion, needs to improve themselves for the sake of improvement instead of waiting until the things get dire to figure out that, oh my God, I need to do something about it. I don't know, that is at least the way how I think. I may be wrong though. After this free reading, if there are any questions, of course, because I don't see any questions, I'm going to jump to the super chat readings. So all of you who supported me through super chat, make sure you do stick around, and you will have your personalized reading. Yeah, well, there is one more thing, Karen, and that is that, you know, people, and that is very sad thing. You know, people very seldom understand what they have until they start losing it. And when they start losing it, very often it's just too late to make a reversal. Luckily for Pisces, that's not going to be the case. But just in general, it's sometimes, or most of the time, there is irreparable damage into what was inflicted, into relationship, into career as well, especially relationship wise, because when you say something, you just cannot take it back. And there is a parable here in Bulgaria. Probably there is a similar one into other cultures, but it is about a trapper, right? That got lost in the woods, and a bear found him and told him that, you know, the civilization is quite far away, and the bear can lead him to the civilization, but they have to stop by and spend the night at the lair of the bear, and they do so. After that, on the next morning, the bear led the trapper to the civilization, and the trapper said, you know, everything was great, but it was kind of like your lair was reeking very badly, all right? And the bear said, okay, if that's the case, then strike me with your axe. And the trapper did that. Few years after, the same trapper meant the same bear, and the trapper concerned said, you know, how is your wound? Did it healed? And the bear said, the wound from your axe? Yeah, of course, it healed in 3 weeks. The wound inflicted from your words? Never. So that's why it's very, how can I say, we do say things when we are emotionally affected, things we don't mean. But just because we don't mean those things doesn't make them irrelevant, okay? And that's why I always appeal when you are very emotional, you know, especially very hurt emotionally, don't say anything, just let it sink in. And when it sinks in, if you still mean the same thing you wanted to say when you are emotionally affected, then say it. But that way, at least you ain't going to regret it moving forward. Hello, Kay. All right, so there were no questions for the free reading. Therefore, we are moving to the super chat readings. Let me shuffle the cards and see how the month of September is going to affect you guys. Yeah, that is also something that could be said. Yes. Because you know, because you know, when you are emotionally affected, you want to vent it out straight away, right? You just, and especially if you are hurt, you want to hurt that person back. But the thing is that you can never take it back. And oh, Charlie, you asked something. All right. How to get that Capricorn to hang out with you and talk with you. All right. Charlie, I almost missed you, man. Are these three? Oh, that's a complicated one, Charlie. You don't. You cannot make her. She will seek for you about something. And that is the moment that you need to catch. It's that's the answer of the cards. If you so much want to make her talk with you, at your terms, then you have to use common friends. Okay, through common friends, you arrange some kind of a meeting, some kind of an interest. But other than that, right now, it doesn't look like that you can. I mean, she's gonna reach out to you about something into the right moment, at least according to these cards. Yeah, it's and it may take a while. Okay, just it may take a while. Well, Kai, I hope you. Oh my God, there is going to be quite of a heavy storm outside. I hope you enjoy the live stream. Just give me a second. God damn it. All right, moving to the super chat readings. Let me. So first one, MT. And September cards, Four of Wands with the High Priestess. We do have those two for you, MT. And month of September is going to be pretty, how can I say, lead to month, in a sense of that in this month, you ain't gonna have too much control over what it is happening around. And it will feel like that the situation is dragging you through the month itself, and it will feel like that you have to obey to the situations that you are finding yourself into it. Now, the good thing about the month of September for UNT is going to be that you pretty much are going to be able to, how do you say it, climb up. All right, so kind of like a climb up, hierarchy after hierarchy after hierarchy, meaning that you will be able to close up situations. You will be able as well to pretty much reach out desirable results, so to speak. It's a great month when it comes to career, and should you have plans to move forward with your career, it's a great month to do so. However, it's not a month where you will be able to catch up a break, okay? And it is not a month that you will be able to, how can I say, that you can afford acting emotionally towards certain stuff. Also, into the month of September, MT, it's highly likely that it will feel that it is out of character. Well, I should have started with that way. That is the biggest feeling that is going to be there. It's just that the things that you are involved into, they are out of character, and they are not something you are not exactly accustomed to, but they are not something you strongly believe into. However, the results are going to be very profitable for your life, career-wise and relationship-wise as well. Aside from that, month of September is going to be a month where quite a very important aspects in your life are going to be addressed, and they are going to set in motion some things. The most, how can I say, discouraging thing that you can expect throughout the month of September, or a disappointing thing you can expect to the month of September, is about love, and that is that a love that you may think that it is too big, it will appear to be not that big. So yeah, I mean, if you are single, for example, and you truly get a crush on somebody, just give yourself a time, all the emotions to readjust to their true nature, instead of acting on the very initial instincts. But in terms of in terms of ongoing relationships for the month of September for UMT, it seems that quite of a solid, I can't say progress, but it's kind of like things are going to be wrapped around for you. Good light, starlight. All right, so next one, that is going to be Danny. First card for you, Danny, is going to be the Emperor, and after that we do have the Nine of Pentacles, like that. So quite of a easygoing month, okay? The good thing about the month for you, Danny, here with these two cards, it is that even if things doesn't work out, isn't going to be the big deal. All right, so say you're hoping for some kind of a project, that project doesn't come about, it's not going to be a big deal, because after that is going to be replaced with another project. Okay, so for the most part, Danny, month of September, you will be able to manage everything. And in terms of career, in terms of relationship, it's pretty much you're going to have certain structure, which structure is going to work for you to such an extent that throughout month of September, you're going to be able to face the ups and downs career-wise, and as well relationship-wise, with a very big ease, so to speak. And also the month of September is going to be a month for you where you're going to have a call for a more personal space and time. In other words, you will have more time for yourself throughout this particular month. Now on the flip side, it's because these cards are active neutrals. They do kind of speak that you may put higher value on stuff that does not deserve such a high value. I'll try to explain you what I mean. Okay, it is that say you are addressed with some kind of a task or a project, and you put such a big value into it that you do way too much, that it is unnecessary and required, and you don't get paid for it. Okay, so as far as the month is going to be great for you in terms of managing your time, creating structure, consistency, reliability, and so on and so forth, the month of September isn't going to be a month where there are going to be truly substantial major leaps into development in terms of career and in terms of romance as well. It's more like a month of comfortability than a month of how can I say, a new opportunities. All right, so next one, that will be Karen McConnell. And your first card is going to be the Page of Pentacles. The second card for you, that will be the King of Swords. Just give me a second. These are passive enemies. This is a wrong assessment, Karen. This is a wrong assessment, or a wrong guidance, wrong advice, wrong person. Karen, are you single? Please give me a status here. Are you single? Sort of. Wow. That was so close. I felt that the thunder kind of like fell on the street here next to the building. My God. Ooh. Person in and out. Well, that's the thing with these two cards. Karen. Month of September, there will be some kind of a devotion of yourself. You are to devote yourself into a thing. It could be a devotion in terms of career. It could be a devotion as well in terms of a relationship. I asked you, are you single? Because those cards make a very strong sense when you are a friend with somebody, okay? And you both know that you are more than just friends, but for some reason you just can't see it through. For some reason you just can't fathom how things can work out being more than just a friend, all right? And that puts you simultaneously in a good spot, knowing that there is somebody emotionally connected to you, and simultaneously in a bad spot, not being able to find a way how to cash in on it, okay? And that's why the month of September is going to be for you, unfortunately, a month of scared of communicating, of commitment to person. No, it's not exactly that. It's I would try to say it that way. It's a month where you have your devotion so close, but yet it is like an invisible wall there that it is separating you from it, okay? So the only thing that I can do for you here with these two cards, it is just to give you advice and guidance for the month of September. And the guidance of of these cards, it is that you should be very aware what worth it, okay? What truly worth for you chasing, because there is a very big chance here to throw your chips into a bag that simply doesn't worth it. So if you are not certain that certain actions is going to produce results, especially as you mentioned here, not commitment but a communication, because the King of Swords is all about that, especially when it comes to relationship. The King of Swords, it is kind of like you serve a purpose, I serve a purpose. That is what the card speaks about relationship. This isn't, there could be a love there, all right, but aside from the love, the main premise of the relationship going through the energy of the King of Swords is that you serve purpose for my life, I serve purpose for your life. And here, having them passive enemies, it means that there is no purpose, okay? It's as simple as that. The devotion is there, the purpose isn't. Or if there is a purpose, it kind of beats the devotion. And so, if you are not certain that certain actions are gonna worth it, better do nothing. That is literally the guidance. Hello, me, or M-E. Oh my god, yeah, M-E, M-E. Right, so next one, Randy. Your card, Randy, 3 of Wands, and we are starting great here. Followed by the Moon card. Woohoo, Randy. So unlike the rest of the Super Chats supporters, your month of September, Randy, is gonna be great. Hello, Judy. We are done with the star signs. Right now, we are at the Super Chat readings. Wow, Randy, it's a pretty simple reading for you, and it pretty much speaks that I don't know even how to explain it, so I'll try to do it the simple way. It speaks that you are quite suddenly, quite unexpectedly, in fact, for you, shockingly, you're gonna find yourself sitting on a very solid foundation and patterns as well. This is how probably is gonna play out, you know. Say you're stressed about your job, you know, you are imagining that any second now you are going to receive your notice, and 2 days from now your supervisor come about and says, man, we wish we had more assets like you, and you are like, what? It is exactly how the month of September is going to be for you. It will be a shocking positive turnaround. It's great month. Okay. If I have to estimate for you, Randy, you should press very strongly in terms of your career. It's a great month for career, especially establishing a patterns out there, and it's a month where you definitely can live up to challenge. All right, so if you get to choose in terms of career what job to work or what project to participate into, you know, or what people to work with, that is, just go for the challenging option. It's very important, because throughout the month of September, that is the way how you improve, not waiting the universe to send you challenges, but you pick your challenges, Randy, at your turf, at your rules, you know, and doing it your way, so to speak, doing it on your terms. Relationship wise, if you are in a relationship, that is, it's highly likely that you know, your expectations about how the relationship is going to move through the month of September completely how can I say, completely tangible, right? And therefore, if you are expecting something bad to happen, like being left alone, well, month of September, it's a great time where you challenge yourself that not to happen. Therefore, make actions that you are expecting that are going to have a good outcome, and a good outcome is going to come about. The best thing about the month of September for you, though, Randy, it is that in the month of September, many situations, or rather like many yeah, I would say it that way. So many situations that they had a obscured circumstances, those circumstances are going to come to surface, and you will very well know where you are heading. You will know exactly where you are going. Thank you, Karen, as well. I am very very pleased that the reading helps you and helped you as well. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, yeah. I do apologize. Yeah, but again, Randy, it is within you. All right, you have to challenge the improvement instead of waiting the circumstances to arrange. You get to arrange them your way. Oh man. All right, so next one, Debbie. Your card, woohoo, it is the Knights of Cups with the Lovers card. Oh my god. Ooh. So I guess it's gonna be our lucky month then, isn't it? I mean, look at that. Good night, Karen. Sleep well. Ooh. Month of September, Debbie, it's definitely a month where you do get to at least get one step closer to the dreams of your heart, for that is how the Knight of Cups stands. So let's address the issue straight away. Love, right? Well, truly, into the month of September, you get to have a close encounter, that is, with the love itself. And here, what we mean, it's the true love. And the hard part for you into the month of September is identifying which of the loves you are gonna get across with is the true love, because you will have more than just only one. So let me explain you what true love is, at least for tarot, so you know it when you meet it. Okay, there is a three types of love in tarot. You do have the soulmate type of love, you do have the real love, and you do have the true love, right? So the soulmate type of love, it is when you do get along with somebody on a soul level, in a sense of that you do know what that person needs, and it's kind of like you don't even have to speak with one another, and so on and so forth. That love may not be intimate love, it could be a friendship love as well. So you do get that soulmate type of love. Oh my God. Are you together? So you do have the real love, all right? And what the real love is, well, that is love that comes along later. What I mean is that you first build up reliability and trust with somebody, and then loves come on its own accord. And the real love, it is a love that have a basis, that is tangible. You have reason to love that person, okay? That is the real love. You know why you love somebody. No, I haven't skipped Virgo. Genghis Khan. Oh my God, Genghis Khan. Or in my country we call it Chengiz, but Genghis Khan. I don't know which one is the right one though. So the true love. Well, the true love, it is when the love doesn't make any sense. Okay, you meet somebody and that person is unlike anything you are, right? You have different interests. That person goes in different social circles. Hell, I mean, your social level is completely different from one another. And you have no common points to interact, and yet you love each other. It kind of like it's a love that doesn't make any sense, but it is there. Cengiz, yeah. We call it that way. I'm Bulgarian. I don't know if you know that. I am Bulgarian, and the Bulgars, which are the tribe that the Bulgarian nation came from, they were Mongolians, one of the Mongolian tribes. So I figure that is the right way, Cengiz Khan, or rather like Chinggis Khan. So yeah, it's a love that doesn't make any sense. And you may ask, well, how that is possible? Well, like the yin and yang guys, these are two perfectly matching opposites that when collide, they do form one whole. And the premise of this love is that what you are, the other person isn't, and what the other person are, you aren't. And thus, when you are together, instead of, how can I say, complementing one another, you are, how can I say, feeling up one another, kind of like, becoming one whole. I don't know how to say it. Well, you are about to, Debbie, into the month of September, and when you see that person, when you see somebody that it is unlike anything you are, and yet you are attracted to him, that's your cue. Okay, and that is your reading for the month of September. You are on a trial to kind of like pick up that true love and experience it. And the tarot is very clear for it, right? That it will be accompanied with fear. You will be afraid of jumping into it, but you should not be. You should not be afraid and walk away from it, but instead give yourself to it completely. Other than that, Debbie, if those cards relates to your career-wise, things should go rather very smooth for you. Okay, there are going to be a few choices that will seem very important, but this is just only how they're going to seem. Other than that, they are going to be completely irrelevant of how your career is going to proceed forward. The only condition there it is not to avoid completing one another. Yes, exactly. So the only condition here for you is not to avoid making the choice. Just make whatever decision, all right? And just keep on moving forward. And the last super chat reading here, that will be Ella Mella. And your card, Ella, that will be the Chariot. The second one, we have the Eight of Pentacles, and the third one, that will be the Strength card. You're welcome, Debbie. And thank you so much. Wow, these three. Well, let's start up, Ella. Well, for tarot, it doesn't matter what star sign you are. I'm just focusing on you as an individual. So, month of September. Well, first thing there, it is that whatever odds you are standing against, piece of cake. I mean, the odds will be irrelevant. I mean, you have the energy here to prevail against any odds. And therefore, month of September for you is going to be a month where you are going to enjoy the look of your hard work. Ella, month of September is going to be a month where you may have certain wish being fulfilled, certain wishes being fulfilled. Now, again, that doesn't mean all of your wishes, okay? Certain wishes that are accomplishable, very possible to be fulfilled. As well, month of September is going to be a month where your individual work is going to be exceptional. You will be very, very, very proud of yourself, okay, about what kind of results you are capable to accomplish. Furthermore, into the month of September, that is kind of like, I struggle to explain it, but into the month of September, something that sounded ridiculous previously now will be completely accomplishable. For example, you wanted to, I don't know, reallocate, and that sounded ridiculous a few months ago, or even into the month of August. Right now, it sounds ridiculous. You want to reallocate, but say you don't have the money, say you don't have the connections, and so on and so forth. Well, something is to happen into the month of September, if that's your goal, that it is going to make it possible. Okay, and actually you are going to find yourself start planning to do it. And finally, if you do strive for love, Ella, you don't have anybody around, you do strive for love, suddenly, all right, it just is going to come suddenly. In fact, it's going to happen very, very rapidly, and it will feel like, unlike anything you had experienced in a sense of speed, it will be just, it will feel so premature, right? It is like today you get to know each other, and 2 days from now you are planning to start living together. It will be just so fastly paced. And the only bothersome thing that we can see, it is in between these two cards. Now they pose a passive enemies, okay? And very single, well, if you do kind of like open up and yeah, it's just all you gotta do, Ella, it's open up and show that you're single. Now I know that we are in pandemic, but dating websites and dating apps, hell, Facebook has a dating app now. They are now a just alternative way to get to know people. And with these cards, it just is going to the results are going to amaze you. All right, but what I was about to say are those two cards, okay? And these two are, well, they do reflect to overreacting or underreacting. So it is just, you may be way too touchy into certain situations, okay? And just make things harder on yourself. Additionally to it, it's very important that through month of September, you make people around you aware what you want and how you want it, instead of hoping that they're gonna figure out on their own. All right. So that may be you work 6 days a week. Well, maybe you're gonna find a person at your work. But dating apps are yeah, they are a alternative ways these days. So what was I saying is that you may find yourself again kind of like you have to not exactly explain yourself, but kind of like make an announcement or something. All right. But also these two as a passive enemies, they are cards pointing that things are going to be very easy going for you. Okay, it's not going to feel like you are climbing a mountain or you are trying to scale a cliff to reach to the fruit at the top. It will be just a hill. It will be just a summit that you will have to scale. So month of September is going to be rather very easy going for you. In terms of a career, Ella, you can expect, I don't know what you're working. Are you at the private market, or you are working for a business? You know, but into the month of September, you can expect the work that you are doing to kind of like increase in purchase order, increase in demand, so to speak. And also it's very possible that you're going to start making more money. That is especially if you are working into the private field, into the private areas. So yeah, that is the month of September for you. Hello, Tara. Well, we are just finishing up. Oh my God. Well, that makes sense, kinda, isn't it? On the verge of the fourth wave, having so much work. It kind of makes a lot of sense. Well, buckle up then, Ella. It seems that there are going to be a lot of patients out there. Which is kind of a sad thing. Hello, Tara. No, yeah. Oh, well, there is a rhyme with it as well. Well, that's kind of nice. Always strong, yeah. Well, I myself have to go to a doctor next week just to get my kidneys checked. You know, make sure everything is all right with them. And but yeah, we are living in a nasty times, unfortunately. All right, guys. So I think that's gonna do it. Thank you so much for sticking around as well. Thank you so much for your support. Again, if you do enjoy the content here on the channel, leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads as well, live streams, and also that way you are helping me greatly with the algorithm of YouTube. To all of you super chat supporters, thank you so much. And we are thank you, Aquadev. Thank you, Debbie. And we are going to see each other very, very, very soon. If I have to estimate, is going to be about just hold on a second. Let me check on the calendar. Next week, Thursday, for what it seems. Yeah. So next week, Thursday, is going to be most likely the next live stream. But again, if you are subscribed and have the notification bell, you will know for sure where the live stream is going to go live. And with that being said, thank you so much for being around. Don't forget, guys, I am genuinely happy because of you, and we're gonna see each other next time. Until then, bye.